From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2024, these are the Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, August 17th, 2016. You might remember our story a little while back about a group of hams who decided they wanted to get into the White House without mounting a long, expensive presidential campaign. Well, it's happening again.
On August 5th and 6th, members from the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club ventured from New York to Washington, D.C. to activate President's Park. According to Mike Sargeretti, KC2SYF,
when we saw that the ARRL was having their national parks on the air, we talked about it down at the club on Wednesdays, and then I activated a few parks here in the New York area, and I brought it back to the club, and I said, I want to try and activate the White House. I got a lot of hands that went up and said that they would be interested. So we put the permit in.
They operated for 2 days.
We had a total of about 1,250 QSOs.
They had no problems with the Secret Service either.
Were welcomed at the park by the United States Secret Service. They stopped by several times to check on us.
Although there was one tense moment.
One time a Secret Service agent walked over to us and asked what time we were here until or what time we would be operating until. And I wasn't sure where we were going, if we were going to have a problem or not. And I told him that we had to be out of the park by 5:30. He said to me, oh, I have a 2-hour drive home, and I'm a ham, and I wanted to work, you guys. So we handed him an HT. He went for a little walk, and he got to work us on Simplex.
For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Paul Brown, WD9GCO.
Now let's get up to date with the latest in radio scouting.
This week in Radio Scouting, we have a report from Scout Camp, a special event in France, and JOTA updates. Philmont Scout Ranch is still on the air as K2BSA Portable 5 while summer camp season wraps up. We received report that there were summits on the air activated from the Scout Camp as well. Rover Way 2016, a gathering of 5,000 rovers in Jamville, France, is underway through August 14th. There will be scouts on the air and online thanks to Radio Scout is Me, Francais. Their call is Tango Mike 16 Romeo Whiskey. JOTA, or Jamboree on the Air, will be the weekend of October 14th through the 16th. Scout groups from all over the world will be on the air trying to contact each other and those interested in working scouts. For more information on K2BSA, JOTA resources, and radio scouting, please visit k2bsa.net. For Amateur Radio Newsline and the K2BSA Amateur Radio Association, this is Bill Stearns, NE4RD.
In Canada, add the Wood Islands Lighthouse to the ever-growing list of activations for a big ham radio weekend this month.
Passengers who have taken the ferry between Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island in Atlantic Canada are familiar with the Wood Islands Lighthouse. Now, the world of radio amateurs gets to take a ride there too, if they're lucky enough to catch the next call. Using the call sign VY2PLH, a team of operators has added the historic lighthouse to the lineup of stations worldwide working the International Lighthouse and Lightship Weekend for the 48 hours beginning Friday, August 19. It will also be an opportunity for visiting guests at the lighthouse to try a QSO of their own, supervised by a licensed amateur, hitching a ride on a very different kind of wave, one that surfs the ionosphere. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Mike Askins, KE5CXP.
Thanks, Mike. Of course, there's lots more in the full Amateur Radio Newsline report. And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for 4 decades and counting at www.arnewsline.org. With Paul Brown, WD9GCO, Bill Stearns, NE4RD, Mike Askins, KE5CXP, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe. I'm Don Welbanks, AE5DW. 7-3. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.